Hey everyone, so you're a tenant in Florida, right? And you know that feeling? Moving out is a huge pain, but the biggest stress is often your security deposit. Well, today we're going to talk about exactly how you can make sure that cash comes right back to you where it belongs.
Think about it. You've packed everything up, you scrubbed the place down, you're just about ready to drop off those keys. But then that thought creeps in. That big question. Is my security deposit actually safe, or is it about to just disappear?
And here's the problem, the thing that so many tenants face. Weeks, maybe even a month after you're gone, you get a letter. And it's a claim for damages. Usually it's super vague, with zero real proof. And just like that, your money, your hard-earned cash, is gone. And now you're stuck trying to fight for it. But what if I told you there's a kind of secret weapon you have? Yep, one single move you can make that completely flips the script. It puts all the power right back in your hands. And honestly, it's way easier than you think.
Okay, here it is. It's called the Written Move-Out Inspection Request. And let me be clear, this is your #1 tool under Florida law. Now, your landlord doesn't have to offer it to you, but, and this is the key part, you have every right to demand one. Why is this such a big deal? Because it creates a paper trail. It's an official record of how the place looked the moment you left.
So you might be thinking, does this actually work? Oh yeah. This number right here? $8,400. That is the full security deposit a tenant got back using this exact strategy. Their landlord actually refused to show up for the inspection, but because the tenant had requested it in writing and documented everything themselves, they had all the proof they needed. It all started with that one simple request.
All right, so you're sold on the idea. Now, how do you actually do it? Let's break down the step-by-step guide to taking control.
Okay, step 1, write it down. Send an email or, even better, a certified letter. You want to do this about 2 or 3 weeks before your lease is up. That gives them plenty of notice. Step 2 is scheduling. Now here's a pro tip. Schedule the walkthrough after all your stuff is moved out, but before you do that final, deep clean. Why? So if the landlord points something out, you still have time to fix it. And finally, step 3, bring your move-in checklist with you. That way, you can compare the conditions side by side.
Now listen up, because this is probably the most important rule of the entire process. Do not just ask them over the phone. Do not rely on a verbal agreement. Every single part of this needs to be in writing. A phone call means nothing in court. An email, a letter, that's your proof. It creates a paper trail they just can't argue with.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is great, but what if my landlord just says no? Or what if they just completely ignore my request? First of all, don't worry. Seriously, the power is still 100% in your hands. In fact, them refusing to cooperate can actually make your case even stronger, as long as you know what to do next.
So if they won't play ball, you do your own inspection. Here's your checklist. First, take a video of the entire apartment. Make sure it has a date stamp. Walk through every room, open the fridge, turn on the stove, open the cabinets. Show everything is empty, clean, and in working order. Next, take tons of detailed photos. Get close-ups of everything. Then, have a friend or family member come with you as a witness. And last, but this is critical, send your forwarding address to your landlord using certified mail. This legally starts the clock for them to return your deposit or send you a claim.
Look, at the end of the day, you held up your end of the lease. You paid your rent on time. You took care of the place. So the real question is, are you ready to take these simple, powerful steps to protect your end of the deal? To make sure you get your money back?